4th episode of Cooking with Princess. Today, instead of just one in particular thing, we're making an entire meal. Today we're making spaghetti, including the sauce from scratch, rich garlic bread. So, to start this off, you're going to put in 2 fresh onions. Now, depending on how the people you're serving likes the onions, you can cut them a variety of ways. If you're feeling fancy, these lovely little petals are adorable. If you are trying to hide the onions from somebody, which I quite understand, you demolish them so they can't tell they're in there. Even dicing can be too big right now, so you just want to pretty much mice them up real nice. And when they're about the consistency you would like them to be, you're going to cook them down in a pan with about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. I prefer olive oil, but you can use whatever. Alright, so I use olive oil because it's better for you, but any form of oil around the house will do. So you put the last couple pretty pieces in as well. And you're going to move this over and put it on the pan at about medium high, about 4 or 5, I'd say. While you're doing this, you should get your water that you're going to boil the spaghetti in on a low boil as well. You don't want to get it started too fast, but you put in about a couple tablespoons of salt there to keep it from cooking down. We now have cooked down the onions, and we are going to add 4 cans of tomato-based products. A can of diced tomatoes, a can of stewed tomatoes. No, we do not support any of particular brand names. If it's going in there, it's probably because it was on sale at either Cub or Rainbow, wherever I happened to be that day. 2 cans of stewed tomatoes and 1 can of tomato sauce. Now it's going to be very thick in the beginning, so you have to let that cook down for a nice long time. Now if you have it, add 4 to 5 leaves of fresh basil right here. If you don't, that's fine. It just adds a little twist to it. And you're going to turn this back on at about a 4 and let that cook down. Meanwhile, my lovely assistant here will be making a fresh garlic bread. Lovely assistant.
You describe it, I'm not talking.
Alright. Well, basically what we're going to do is cut the bread into quarters so that we have the maximum amount of surface area to put our lovely ingredients on. First, we are going to put the base down as some butter, and then salt and garlic, and on top a nice mozzarella cheese.
I was trying to find half.
Alright.
Okay.
Now, when you get the butter, lovely assistant,
Yes.
it's not going to be quite even, but that's okay because, you know, you can give the little sisters the less than half.
Or it could be nice and
Alright.
coming from the little sister.
So we will edit that out. So what you're going to do is turn the oven at about 375 degrees.
Me?
Yes, you. 375 degrees. Make sure you get a nice even coating on this bread so that it bakes evenly. If one side's more butter in than the other one, then one side will cook less, and then that will be not good. People complain. As you can see, we are pretty much done here, so we are going to start off first with salt and garlic, and then with our mozzarella cheese substance here. This brand new bag, it's good. Alright, so you go over with the salt. You do yours with the salt, and I'll do mine with the garlic, and we'll trade off.
Salt.
What?
How much salt?
Just cover it, you know, give it a nice even coating like this. See, doesn't that smell great? It smells garlic. Alright.
Yeah, switch places.
There we go.
Right there.
Make sure to get all of it. The butter can burn in the oven. So now you want to get a nice even coating of cheese as well. Not too much because then obviously it'll get the cookie pan awful, and I don't like washing cookie pans. I don't know about you guys.
What has she done?
That's why I'm making my assistant wash the cookie pan for me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, look at that.
You just put it.
You're going to put one more layer of garlic on top of this. Thank you. And then put it in the oven when it's fully done. Thank you. And then these two will go sideways on here. Thank you very much. And here's how they looked before. Alright, so now it's been about 20 minutes since we've been cooking our sauce, so we are going to add some fresh vegetables to turn this up. This is 1 green bell pepper, about a tablespoon and a half of fresh cilantro, 1 full green onion with both green onion part and the bulb, a fresh cut tomato, and 1 large clove of garlic. Now you're going to want to let that cook down so it becomes a nice consistency with the rest of the sauce. Good. So just continue simmering it down, and you will know when it's ready because it will be all about the same kind of red, beautiful color. Alright, look at this sauce. Isn't this absolutely gorgeous? Now all you have to do is let it cook down a little more so that the consistency is more chunky than sauce. And we are going to add the angel hair pasta right here. You can use any type you want, but don't use whole grain because it tastes bad. Now while she's doing this, you're going to add roughly a tablespoon of salt and I'll add more of that, and a tablespoon of oil to make sure the pasta does not stick, all of it, stick together. And it will add a nice rich flavor to this as well. Also, while she's doing this, I'm going to add 5 fresh basil leaves to the noodles themselves so that they have their own flavor by themselves and you don't need the sauce. I mean, obviously you want the sauce, but you don't need it. Don't worry, you can add anything you want to. And I'm going to take the last can of pasta here and give it a break over the sink so I don't make a mess. Alright, and there we go. Now doesn't that look absolutely delicious? Make sure to join us on our next episode where we make fantastic chocolate chip cookies. Have fun cooking!